we were one of the states that called this Security Council meeting in response to yet another sad but also horrific attack on civilians on the ground. As the British Prime Minister and Foreign Secretary have said, it's important that there's a proper investigation as a route to accountability. It's also important that the Council has a very serious and thorough discussion of what will it take for the Syrian regime to stop attacking its own people.
Ambassador, would you support unilateral military action by the United States in retaliation for this particular attack?
Well, I think that's a hypothetical question at the moment. We are in very close touch with our closest allies, particularly the US and France. Options are on the table. We will want to evaluate those in the light of what we know. We'd prefer to start with a proper investigation, but we will keep in touch with our very close allies, US and France. And in fact, the Foreign Secretary has spoken today to his French opposite number, Monsieur Le Drian, and also to John Sullivan, who's the acting Secretary of State.
There has been a pattern by Russia in blocking any action by the Council regarding the situation in Syria. What's different today than the previous times?
Well, I hope there is something different. You know, as Lenin said, quantity has a quality all of its own, and I would hope that the Russians would think very seriously about the cumulative effect of their vetoing and their protection of a regime that attacks its own people. But I don't want to preempt the Russian discussion. The Americans have put down a very good text. It has gone some way to meeting the Russian concerns. Really, I don't think there are any excuses for the Russians not to join in agreeing the text for an independent investigation. But we will have to see. If they do veto, then I'm afraid it will be yet another nail in the coffin of Russia's respect for international institutions.
Is Britain preparing for possible military action in Syria with France and the US?
Well, you wouldn't expect me to comment on the detail of any operations that may or may not occur. No decisions have been taken, but all options remain on the table. As the Prime Minister said, we need an urgent investigation. If the Assad regime is proved to be responsible, as many of us fear, there will need to be accountability, and we will be talking in great detail to our close friends in the US and France about what next. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you,